cure me, tell me to come over. We can get high together. When we're feeling lonely, fuck it when I'm sober. We can just fly together. Feel so low when I'm without you, don't got dough, but what I got is potential. You know that I am rich with that. Stay with me, it's only growth, we don't plateau. I know you dealt with shitty past, I promise always got your back. Yeah, keep it ice cold. Yeah, baby, ice cold. We can't let no one know that I've been waking up at your place. Keep it ice cold. Yeah, baby, ice cold. We can't let no one know that I've been waking up at your place. I've been buzzing thinking about you all day, yeah. I hope you know you're not alone, baby. I bring you closer to me, goddamn, baby. Got me feeling complete, I guess it's your divine energy. I feel your divine energy. Yeah, I bring you closer to me, goddamn. I feel better when you're closer to me. Yeah, your divine energy. I feel your divine energy. I'll probably never drive a Monte Carlo, but I still be shutting in the room like Doomslayer, Donnie Darko. Feel so low when I go down the depths of my brain. That shit got me feeling insane. I'm fucked up, no question about it. Drawn to you like my head took concussions. We got something up, I'll function. Show you off at family functions. One thing that I've learned, I don't know nothing. I'm not bluffing, stop your fronting. Is this love or is this nothing? I bring you closer to me, goddamn, baby. Got me feeling complete, I guess it's your divine energy. I feel your divine energy. Yeah, I bring you closer to me, goddamn. I feel better when you're closer to me. Yeah, your divine energy. I feel your divine energy. Your divine energy.
Yo, what's up, everybody? So, for everyone in the Discord, we needed a stream just to talk about some things. We didn't quite get the dump we wanted today, but I think it is coming. Just going to talk probably for 30 to 45 minutes just to give you guys a little update going into the weekend. We know the weekend usually sees low volume, sometimes dumps, but I mean, we'll see. I personally am anticipating a dump, as what I talk about in the next 5 minutes or so will pertain to that and make sense, but that's just me. So, real quick, those of you that are here, thanks for being here. I know it's Friday night, but this was requested by a lot of people in the Discord. So, if you're not in Discord, please join. The link is below. And just so you guys know, we talk about this all day. You know, this morning when all this crazy movement was happening, I just told everyone, calm down, chill out, zoom out, look at a daily, because the daily looks awful. Even if we were to recover, even if we were to do anything, the daily still looks horrible, and same with the weekly. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I don't know if I'm going to, we'll just go over the total charts. Why not? So real quick, YAR. Yeah, it's an emergency. Low. Should we sell our alts in preparation to buy back when we crash? I mean, we've already crashed. I mean, you can make that decision on your own. Like, I don't make decisions for people. I'm not licensed to make decisions for people. And personally, like, my trading strategy is completely different from yours. If you're in profit, I would definitely lock in profits with what the information I'm about to give you. But again, this is your decision, not mine. So real quick, total charts. I mean, same shit, guys. Different day. Still looking not good. Like, not good at all. We're still seeing a breakdown. We're still seeing a lot of red across the board. We didn't hold macro structure. We haven't held macro structure for multiple weeks. Total 2, same thing. I'm just repeating myself. And same with total 3, very much broken macro structure. The total charts are showing crypto in general. So if total is looking bearish, the rest of crypto will most likely follow. Discord is awesome. Sometimes I get free direct sponsor. Yeah. So if you guys ever have questions, feel free to ping me. I'm not, I have a life, believe it or not. So if I'm not available, you can also just like at the trading mentors and it'll ping all of them and someone will answer you always. So, okay, we're just going to look at Bitcoin. That's what I'm concerned with. So Bitcoin's weekly, guys, real quick. Real quick. I'm going to try and pull up just a clean chart. Let's see if I got one. Wow. Get rid of these lines. So real quick, guys, for those of you that are new and may not know this, the 50 weekly moving average, which is my blue line here, this is a determinant of bear and bull market structure. Here back in July, we had tested it. We kind of closed below it, but not a ton. We tested it here, somewhat closed above it. We were really far below it, and then we closed back above, most likely a spring. But also I want to say with this, we saw a lot of bearish price action. We also just had a 60% dump. It made perfect sense to pump a little bit. A dead cat bounce was definitely in the works and very much needed to continue down. For those of you that bought this and may be held to 69K, congratulations. But as for right now, we are very much far below the weekly or the 50 weekly moving average. Our 20 is starting to curl back over. The 200 still chilling at 17K, but for the most part, it's not looking good. This is something you want to pay attention to coming Sunday close. If we lose this 50 weekly moving average with the price action we have, this thing's going to crash. I don't care what YouTuber, what Twitter personality, whoever tells you we're going to 100K. If Bitcoin's going to follow basic laws of TA with bearish price action closing below the 50 weekly moving average, this thing will crash. You might get a relief bounce, but generally when you close below the 50 weekly moving average, it's pain. And I'll show you some examples. So back in 2017, we closed below the 50 weekly moving average. We had several touches here. We closed below. We come back up and retest, and then we dump. That dump is 30%. I don't think 30% is worth holding at all. We retest it again and fail again. We also see a death cross. From that retest, we see a dump of 62%. again, I don't think that's worth holding through. If you're willing to hold through a 60% correction, you can do as you please. But for me, no, I'd rather short that. I'd rather buy lower. There's no reason to hold that at all. You could buy close to the bottom and make a ton of money, or start accumulating once that drop happens. So again, zooming back, back in 2013, we lose the 50 weekly moving average and we drop 62%. 62%. That is not worth holding, guys. That is a full-blown bear market. During this drop, you can absolutely DCA. See, that's where the bear market or your patience pays. Because when we lose this 50 weekly moving average, I'd probably give it a month before I start DCAing, just because we're most likely going to see some dumping follow. So why would you buy before the dump? Your strategy, you can do what you please, but usually you see a large crash. So, okay, let's go back. So again, we are very much below it. We need to pay attention to this. I may or may not stream going into Sunday's close just to see if we close below or back above. If we do get back above, I don't want to say we're going to 100K. That's not on the table quite yet. There's no structure to really push us up that high yet. Also, I want to say that, we have this incredibly large bearish divergence on the weekly for MACD and RSI. These things have to play out. If you want to see price ever go up again, these things have to play out. Why do they need to play out? Because there are traders like you, like me. There are traders with millions of dollars that see this and they say, okay, I'm going to wait. Bearish divergence means bear market. So real quick, John says, would you check Ethereum out after Bitcoin? Of course, I'll check out Ethereum. I was going to go through a couple alts regardless, just because I know a lot of you guys like to buy alts, so sure, why not? All right, so back to Bitcoin weekly. Whoops. So again, please pay attention to this. The most selling we've had, or the most volume we've had, has recently been selling on this big weekly candle. And again, volume's still kind of low for this week. Does that mean a lot? I don't know. I think we've mostly consolidated, so you're not going to see a lot of volume, but generally consolidation means we're going to continue the current trend, which is down. Let's go to our, let's actually look at a 2-day. So for those of you that may or may not have missed, I had Egris on stream, and he was giving us some really good insight with the Ichimoku cloud. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my moving averages, turn on the Ichimoku cloud. I might have this wrong, but on his 2-day, let's go to a 1-day. Yeah. The 1-day for Ichimoku, when we close below the cloud, we most likely continue downwards, especially when there's consolidation, especially when there's, again, bearish price action. Being below the cloud is another indication that we are in a bear market, and we are very much below. In order to regain bullish structure, we need to get back above this point here. That would be 55K. We are currently at 46.1, barely holding on. We've lost the 200 daily. We've lost the 50 weekly. There is a lot Bitcoin has to do in order to break that. Is it possible? I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I'd say it's very, very unlikely. Very unlikely. Yeah, it was the 2-day on Ichi, but he has his all tuned up. Unfortunately, I don't. And when I pulled the 2-day and I say we're closing below, we actually I do have it. Look at that. I don't know what happened. So, okay, last stream, Egris came on, and he gave us some very, very good insight. And he had said, the 2-day Ichimoku cloud, when you start closing dailies, they're candles, because they're 2-day candles. When you start closing two 2-day candles, or one 2-day candle, it's messing with my mind. When you start closing those candles below the cloud, he said we drop about 40% on average, I believe. So let's see. From this close here, we saw a 30% drop. I still believe that's enough to sell. 30% is quite a lot. I mean, any kind of drop that severe isn't good. So, we've now closed two 2-day candles under the cloud. So where would 30% put us? Right around 33K. Okay, that's a big difference, especially, let's say we make a reversal pattern at 33K. It's not impossible. And let's say we reverse and retail gets all excited and the whales start buying, and then we go to 100K. Well, now you're looking at a 3x versus like a 2.2x. But all right, let's keep looking at prior examples. So here, COVID crash, another thing that he had said. When we closed this 2-day candle, this little candle right here, we saw and granted, this was a black swan event, so, you can count it if you want. I'm just showing it as an example. We saw a 50% price decrease. Again, I think that's very severe. That's too severe for me to hold. But, black swan event, it just acts as support. So, okay, let's look at something that's not a black swan event. So right here, we closed a 2-day below. Yes, we retested, but ultimately we dropped another 30% before reversing and trying to get back above. Let's keep going, keep going. Okay, so back here in 2017, we close one 2-day candle below, and we see let me guess, 32%. Never mind. 47% drop. Okay, this indicator has been extremely consistent in determining very, very large drops. I can even go back further to 2014 like Egris did on stream. 2014, we close daily candles below, we retest, but we'll do it from the close below. And again, another 40% price decrease. Guys, this is big. Okay, this is worth being concerned about if you're holding, if you're in profit, if you're looking to buy. Seeing this, I wouldn't be so antsy to buy just yet. I wouldn't buy into the YouTube narrative. I would take your time. I would be patient. I've never seen the Ichimoku cloud lost and regained on the daily without a major crash. At least on the 2-day. So okay, we've gone through the 2-day. The 1-day still, like I said earlier, still looking very bearish. But let's look at the moving averages. So this was a big thing I wanted to bring up. The 200 daily moving average has been a very consistent indicator in both stocks and crypto in determining a bullish structure. Being above the 200 daily moving average means we are in a bull market. So just zooming out, when the bull market was at its peak from here all the way up, we were above the 200 daily moving average. We had gone below it slightly. Being below it here, I really thought, this is over. We went back up. We retested it here. We went a little bit above, not a big deal. And then we lost it again. And now we're there. To me, and I'm still sticking to my guns here on this, guys, this move from here to here, I'm still thinking that was a lot of spoofing. We know that Tether printed 20 billion. Regardless, we are now back below. Regardless of these two instances here where we went back above, went back below, and then went back above again, very, very consistent indicator in determining crashes. So let's see. We close below here, and we go down 26%. We close below here for the COVID crash, which the 200 daily moving average is insane support. We go down 59%. We close below here in 2017. We go 30%. Yes, we retest. Yes, this is a nice little reversal pattern down here. I can go into that if you guys would like. But again, being below the 200 daily moving average is no bueno. Considering we are now below the 2-day Ichimoku cloud, the 50 weekly moving average, the 200 daily moving average, the 1-day Ichimoku cloud, I believe the 200 EMA, if I'm correct. Let me set this to 200. The 200 EMA as well. Guys, this is not bullish structure at all. I would love to buy and go to 100K and make a shit ton of money. Trust me. For the first 4 years I've been in this market, all I did was long, and that's how I made my money. Right now, this is not a bullish structure. There is enough indication that we are losing support and we are going to dump more. I'd also like to point out, this. So this is a tool I recently started using to just really get rid of like all of the wicks and noise. So like if you have your if you have your candles here, You notice like we have a lot of wicks, like a lot of noise, a lot of shit in these charts. So, okay, I tried to point this out in Discord. You know, a lot of people had said that this and this were exactly the same. They are not the same. They are not even remotely close to the same. Okay, I'm going to go through strictly TA. You know I've said I think that this was spoofing, complete spoofing. But there is a technical indicator here that says we went up. And I'm going to show you right now. If I switch the lines, this is a double bottom. This is a double bottom. This is a bullish reversal pattern. Guys, this is consolidation or continuation down. Lower highs, lower lows. This is consolidation, continue down. Lower highs, lower lows. Make sense? Let's even go back further with this. Right here. This, after we peaked and dropped, this right here, double bottom. We continued up, continued up. Whoops, did not mean to hit replay. Right in here, double bottom. Double bottom, and I'd also argue that this is a symmetrical triangle. So, regardless, double bottom inside of a symmetrical triangle. Right here, head and shoulders. Right here, another big double bottom. You have your bottom here and your bottom here. It looks like a W. Again, COVID crash. Hard to do a lot of TA on this just because it's a big black swan event. But right here, inverted head and shoulders. The point I'm trying to provide here, guys, is that in order to continue going up or to see a large bullish upswing, there is always a pattern every single time. Okay, every single time there's a pattern. Whether it be a double bottom, inverted head and shoulders, symmetrical triangle, a pennant of some kind with bullish price action. There's always some determinant. We have bearish price action on the weekly. We have bearish price action on the daily. We are below all moving averages that say we're in a bull market on both the daily and the weekly. We are below the Ichimoku cloud on the 2-day, 1-day, and I believe not the 3-day yet, but we're getting pretty close. Let's even pull it out. Yeah, we're now testing the cloud on the 3-day. Not a great sign. Not a great sign at all. The point I'm trying to provide here is in order to reverse up, there is a reversal pattern. There's some kind of signal. There's some kind of consolidation. There's some kind of, there's some pattern every single time Bitcoin has moved up. In its entire life, you can go back, look at the patterns, and determine them yourself as well. Every single time. Yo, stream team, baby. What alts do you think are worth buying during the bear market? Ethereum. Ethereum, it's one of the few altcoins that's actually made a new all-time high from its last bear market. It also outperformed Bitcoin. It's outperformed Bitcoin every single bull to bear market, but Bitcoin obviously outperforms when we head into the bear market. If Bitcoin dumps in the next few days, I'm going to get a bucket of KFC to celebrate. Man, I'll split it with you. Sounds good. Sorry, John. I'm going to go over your request for Ethereum in a minute. You can rewatch the stream if you'd like. July pump, double bottom. No, I wouldn't say this is the double bottom, but on the daily, there's very much bullish price action. Like, this was a very easy spot. And for anyone that says that I'm a perma bear and didn't buy here, I bought all in this area. I held all in that area. I knew we were going to bounce at some point. We have volume going down as prices going down over a significant period of time. Clear consolidation, clearly going to pump, clearly see a dead cat bounce. Also, again, this is a descending wedge. So you could have bought all in here, we break out, and then you buy more in here, and then buy the levels that you think are major resistance after that if we break back above. Everyone is thinking about a 40K reversal, same way about 50K. I don't think we're going to reverse the way people think. I think there will be a bounce, but it's very clear we're in a bear market. I mean, we're seeing tens of thousands of Bitcoin inflow to exchange every single day. Not every other day, not once a week, every single day. There's Bitcoin going under people's noses to exchange, whether it be Binance, BitMEX. And you know what? They're doing this quietly. They're trying to make on-chain still look bullish. They're trying to show that people are buying. No one's buying this. Guys, a very simple question I have for you is, are your friends asking you about Bitcoin? Because if they're not, then no one's buying. No one's interested. In order for a parabolic advance, you need people interested. You need buyers. As for MACD and RSI, although they look like they could transverse to bullish, you know, I don't think so. I don't think they're ready yet. Also, I want to point out, let me change back to candle quick. Also, I want to point out that our daily RSI was seeing an ascending wedge all day. All day ascending wedge, and we've broken down. Another breakdown. Our moving averages are still mostly trending down. And considering all the other facts with all the other indicators I've showed you, it's not looking pretty. We'll just say that. Yeah, we've also lost the Hall moving average, which has acted as support in the bull market as well. Being above is bullish, being below is bearish. So I hope this kind of answers some of your guys' questions, and I know there were a ton in Discord today. I was super busy with other things, so I wasn't really able to answer a lot of questions, but I did chime in, and I said, guys, look at a daily, look at all the indicators. Please stop looking at all this noise. What they're doing right now on these hourly charts, and hear me out on this real quick, what they're doing with all this chop is they know that all the people that are in this market right now are looking at these lower time frames, and they're trying to say, oh man, let's just make it look like a double bottom, or let's do this or that, because they know people aren't looking at the daily. They know that no one's looking at the weekly. They're trying to liquidate as many people as they possibly can, because they know in the next 2 months they'll have 10 times less volume. Okay, when retail exits this market completely, you know, for all my viewers out there, if you stick with me in the bear market, I promise you I'll point you in the right direction and show you the bullish swings. I've always been honest and true to that. But, you know, I know personally that of the 1,000 people in my Discord, a good probably half of them are going to go very inactive, because in the bear market, it's a lot harder to trade. Honestly, it's not as hard to trade if you have a good system. But with that said, the market's not completely going up. Your altcoins aren't doing 10x's. The excitement's gone. You know, really the only things you should be trading are Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum. You really shouldn't be looking at alts in the bear market, because Bitcoin can go up and these alts might not do anything. Do you think April would be a good time to get into Bitcoin or Ethereum? Yo, what's up, ET? Personally, I'm waiting probably 3 to 5 months to DCA. I actually canceled my 401k contributions at my job because I wanted to build a DCA portfolio again. I want about $20,000 to $50,000 in it, and DCA it over a year and a half, get everything in, and then the next bull market that comes, make a nice 10, 20x off that. What do you think about the lengthening cycle theory? I think it's full of shit. I don't think we've ever seen a lengthening cycle. I don't think we ever will. I think the lengthening cycle theory is just another excuse for moon boys and YouTubers to get you excited and make you think that this is not a bear market. That's what I think. Will we ever have a bear market lasting for years? Heck yeah, dude. I mean, look at the past. Guys, history repeats itself. Bitcoin goes through a cycle. And to be fair, like 1% of the world uses or trades Bitcoin. It's not like the stock market where we're seeing, you know, hundreds of millions of people in it, and there's 401ks, and there's companies investing in it, and there's businesses investing your money into it for you, and you have advisors investing it. You know, crypto is small. There's a small group of people comparatively to other markets. So I would anticipate a 2-year bear market minimum. when we see a new all-time high, it'll probably be 3 to 3.5 years from now. Definitely after the halving. The halving's in what, about a year, 2 years ish? What is that? About a year and a half? It's like 2023 and a half, something like that. So I would anticipate after the halving, whenever the next halving is. I need to double check. It's just not on the top of my head right now. LOL, I don't need a chart say we're going down. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't. The sentiment's not there. No one's excited about crypto like they were in April. So, all right, we're going to go through a couple other things real quick. So here's my daily chart for those of you that aren't in Discord or haven't seen it yet. I got rid of a lot of the noise on my chart, and I told everyone in Discord I am only looking at a daily until I see a reversal pattern. Will I look at a 4-hour here and there? Sure, but I'm not looking any lower. I found myself in and out of trades, not holding when I should hold, not grasping the bigger picture. And to be fair, this daily is incredibly bearish. And for me personally, I think the daily is probably the best time frame to trade off of, because your big upward moves come from these reversal patterns. And price action generally tells us a better story on the daily than it does a weekly or a 12-hour, 4-hour, or even a monthly. 928 days. Yeah, so what is that about? It's like 3 years. It's like 2.7 years or something like that. 2.8 years, something like that. Either way, it's a good bit away. Where do I think Bitcoin will have a bounce? Whenever it shows a reversal pattern. I don't think we will bounce until, again, a reversal pattern appears. And like I said earlier, these reversal patterns are super easy to spot. Like I said, double bottom, descending wedge right here. Symmetrical triangle, or sorry, that's the COVID crash. Symmetrical triangle, and if I zoom in again, double bottom, head and shoulders, double bottom. COVID crash, screw that. Inverted head and shoulders. This was a news pump. Ignore this. This was China saying they're going to use crypto in their systems. This was an accumulation phase. You could have bought the breakout above this area. This has acted as consistent resistance, this 4,000. And this was a mini bull cycle. Plus, it also made sense probably to pump because we just dropped, 85%. So it probably made sense to pump there. But again, double top, reversal pattern. There's a inverted head and shoulders here on a 4-hour, inverted head and shoulders. So these little bounces, there are patterns in here. There's a pattern in here on the 4-hour. There's a very nice double bottom. Also, it made sense to pump. We just dropped, almost 70%. Inverted head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders. So, the point I'm trying to provide is, in order to have a reversal, there needs to be a pattern. There needs to be more indications that a reversal is near. Looks like we're starting to dump. So hopefully we can see some more of that as the stream continues. What top 5 coins am I going to accumulate in the bear market? I'm going to accumulate, so my DCA portfolio, and this is just me personally, I wouldn't do exactly what I do. I do what you want to do. But just to give you an idea, I'm going to do 50% Ethereum, 25% Bitcoin, and 25 to maybe 10 to 15% like risky projects like either crypto gaming or altcoins like ADA, Link, XLM. For me, it's that money will be more in risky projects. If I lose all of it, at least I tried. But for the most part, my DCA is in more secure coins like Ethereum and Bitcoin. The reason being for 50% Ethereum instead of 50% Bitcoin is because Ethereum always outperforms Bitcoin in the bull market. It makes consistent all-time highs every bull market. And I also believe Ethereum will just be a standard coin once crypto gets implemented. Because overall, I am bullish on crypto, but we are not in a place to say this price is going up. My job is to tell you guys when the price is going up and when the price is going down. 5-10 years from now, will this price matter? Probably not. Bitcoin will probably be well over 100K. I think crypto will be used. I think blockchain is starting to get looked at and used in hospitals, in banks. I know JP Morgan wants to use the Ethereum blockchain in their banking system. So to say that Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is not going to be used is just redundant. You know, if you're betting on crypto, you're betting on technological advancement. You're betting on tech, essentially. Crypto is tech. Crypto is technological advancement of the human race. You know, that's like not betting on electric vehicles. That's like not betting on space exploration. You know, humans want to evolve. We've evolved for millions of years. We're going to continue, you know, betting on tech, not a bad idea. But right now, buying right now, you know, if you truly do not care about price and you don't care about the money you put in, you know, you can buy right now, turn off the chart, walk away, go to Hawaii, go surf, get eaten by a great white shark, come back, and maybe see your portfolio up after you wake up out of your coma. But for me, I'm a trader. I want to buy when things are low and sell them when they're high. Is it as easy as that? Not necessarily. But, you know, there are plenty of indicators on a chart that can tell us otherwise. So you're saying with the descending wedge, how often is it a bullish reversal? So, okay, in my Discord, I actually, and I'll pull it up here. So in my Discord, for those of you that don't know, we have this learning tools portion, and it says trading basics. And there are plenty of pages with patterns, plenty of pages with pattern success rate, plenty of pages of, you know, how much should you risk. But I have a picture of all of the patterns in here, or a couple of pictures of patterns in here. They tell you which ones are bearish, which ones are bullish. There are YouTube videos in here. So if you're asking how often does a descending wedge break out, well, a descending wedge is a bullish pattern. We should anticipating it breaking out. Just like a double bottom is a bullish reversal pattern, you should anticipate it breaking out. Just like a double top is a bearish reversal pattern. Just like an inverted head and shoulders is bullish, just like a head and shoulders is bearish. So if you see these kind of patterns, you know, if you see a descending wedge, you should anticipate it breaking out at some point. Does it break out all the time? No. I wouldn't be 100% certain, but most of the time it does break out. If SPX crashes, could Bitcoin go sub 10K again? I think if the stock market truly goes into a bear market and we go into a recession, crypto's going far below 10K. Bitcoin has never seen a recession. It's never seen a stock market bear market. You know, crypto's only existed when the stock market's gone up. So think about it this way. When we're in a recession, let's think Great Depression, you know, one of the worst recessions ever, probably the worst recession ever. When people lost their jobs, they took their money out of everything. They sold their goods because they wanted to put food on the table. You know, things like education didn't matter. Things like cars and things like watches and things didn't matter. You know, what mattered was putting food on the table, protecting yourself, and honestly, cash. So think about it this way. Your volatile markets, your tech stocks, your cryptocurrency, those are the first markets that people are going to take their money out of because they know they're going to crash the hardest. They need their money to like buy goods and you know, buy food and stay alive. The next things that'll go are your moderately volatile markets, like the stock market. Like some of your bigger companies in the stock market, like Apple, Microsoft. The next thing that will go are your low risk assets, like index funds. I'd say real estate that people don't live in. And then last that will go are your mutual funds, your 401ks, your et cetera, et cetera. You know, but knowing that volatile markets, people pull their money out first, crypto is going to get slaughtered in a recession. And I still am on the page that recession's coming. We're $30 trillion in debt, the United States. It's crazy. So Chris, a good way to determine if it's a descending wedge is price action. So while you're seeing your patterns, you should see price action kind of matching. So, okay, let's go back to this descending wedge, right? So we have a very clear descending wedge here. Yeah, we have a very clear descending wedge here. Okay. Tell you what. No matter how you draw it, very clear descending wedge here. Okay, so now let's look at the price action to determine, is this going to be bullish or is this going to be bearish? Okay, so looking at the volume candles, we have a lot of volume here, we have less volume here, and we have even lower volume here. What is price doing? Price started here and is now down to here. So we have lower volume and lower price. Accordance to price action rules, this is this is bullish price action. When you're moving down in price, again, significantly, if you're moving down a couple percentage points, I wouldn't count that. But we move down 30% with lower volume. I'd also argue that this is a ton of sideways accumulation or movement. People were most likely accumulating in that range. I was accumulating in that. But knowing this, looking at the pattern, looking at the price action alone, we can determine, okay, the next move will most likely be up as we're seeing price action bullish in a bullish reversal pattern. So I hope that kind of makes more sense. I can go into more detail if you ping me in Discord. I might do a little call tonight, but maybe not because I'm streaming, but I hope that makes a little bit more sense. What is your best way of determining the bear market bottoms for accumulation? So, okay, if you're trying to accumulate in the bear market and you're trying to time like tops and bottoms, I wouldn't even bother. With DCAing, what I would do is, so the 200 moving average has been a consistent bottom since 2015. We have one bottom, two bottoms, three bottoms. We've had 3 bear markets and 3 bull markets. So determining the bottom, the 200 weekly moving average. But where would I start DCAing? I would start DCAing once price is below the 50 weekly moving average for at least a month or two. Like I want to see price go down at least 20% before I start DCAing. Again, we just lost the 50 weekly moving average. Does that mean you should start DCAing? I mean, personal preference, to me, I'm not going to start yet. But for you, again, if you don't care, if you have a bunch of money and you want to start, go ahead. But for me, I see the global view right now. I see all the debt we have. I see the recession looming overhead. I'm just going to be a little bit more patient and wait. Also, cycle timing, the cycle's over. 2017, it ended in mid-December. When Bitcoin had its 20K run, that was mid-December, and it's mid-December now. So I would say around, if we're going timing-wise, I would say begin DCAing anywhere between June, August, December of next year. So I would wait, 5, 6, 7 months to really start DCAing. And that's if we still remain under the 50 weekly moving average, which I am anticipating we will. There are far too many indicators now that are saying bearish than bullish. Just percentage wise, if you're basing it off indicators, you have to lean more bearish in this instance. Like there's no way, unless you guys are using different indicators or you want to show me something different, by all means. But we're even below macro trend, and we've been below macro trend. Sorry, I have log on. We've been below macro trend. We know that when we lose macro trend, the trend changes. So if we are going up and we lose the uptrend, now you're going to see a downtrend. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. All right. So I'm getting a lot of requests to do Ethereum. I'm going to look at Ethereum now. So Ethereum. This is Ethereum's weekly. Something big to pay attention to. Ethereum has not closed a weekly below structure. It currently is. It's currently below. We need to close that weekly structure below. If we do, not looking good for Ethereum. Not in the slightest. I would say, again, similar to Bitcoin, when Bitcoin lost its weekly structure, we're now down another 10%-ish. So I would anticipate Ethereum to at least go down another 10% before possibly bottoming or possibly doing really anything. Sorry, I'm going to get rid of some of this noise here. Just make it nice and clean. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we've closed multiple days now. I mean, we've kind of tested this area, not looking very bullish for Ethereum. Let's even look at our moving averages. Moving averages, not too bad. You know, the 50 is at 2,700. But if you're basing a bounce off the 50 weekly moving average, that's still another 25% downside. That's still a lot. We are currently testing the 20 weekly moving average. You know, comparatively, Ethereum looks a lot stronger than Bitcoin. But again, if we lose this macro structure and if Bitcoin continues to go down, Ethereum will absolutely follow. Let's even look at the daily. The daily with moving averages. So it looks like we had a death cross. We're now below the 20 and 50 weekly moving average. The next one is the 200 at, what is this, 3,200. So about a 13% drop. I would anticipate going to the 200 week or 200 daily moving average by all means. Like I said, there are 2 days until we close this weekly. If we close below this orange line, you know, if we see price start dropping and coming down, I would say a nice possible bounce would be on the 200 daily moving average, which is 3,200. That level has also, I believe, acted as support in the past. So yes, it has acted as support. What do you think about institutional investors getting new P&L in January, adding crypto to their... Who's adding crypto to their balance sheet? Harry, growth stocks are in a bear market. Yeah, I'd say so too. I'd say stocks are starting to look rough. I mean, the NASDAQ can always go up, but it looks like we're starting to slope. We've now made multiple lower highs. We're starting to make more lower lows. The Dow Jones, I'm going to guess, is about... Yeah, the Dow Jones really hasn't made a new all-time high. Again, lower highs. Not quite lower lows yet, but this also looks like a double top. So I would anticipate this to come down here. If it bounces, it could be nice, but if we close below this level here, it's going to drop like a rock. We also know that a lot of rich people, a lot of billionaires have sold their stocks. Like the most stock selling in, I believe, 25 years happened in the last 6 months. What if Autumn squeeze on Binance? Oh, yeah, that liquidated me. I was pissed about that. I think your name's Omer. I wish we could just hurry up and dump. Yeah, man, just watch it daily and man, go drink or go do something. The bear market's slow and painful. It's not, you know, these quick volatile movements, it's going to be slow and painful. It's not going to be a quick flash crash. In the bull market, we see these quick dumps because they're bought up. This should be a very slow, you know, gradual decline because people are offloading. We're seeing distribution happen right under our nose. But all right, let me go through Ethereum real quick. I'll go through Ethereum and then probably wrap this up. It's Friday night. Everyone should be going out and doing stuff. I know I kind of covered the macro structure. I didn't cover a lot of other things. I also wanted to look at like a 4-hour on Bitcoin before I wrap up as well. Let's look at Ichimoku. Yeah, we're below the cloud. We kind of broke down, back tested, and now we're back below. Not looking very bullish at all. RSI, however, is showing some kind of support. We need that to break down if we want to go lower. I'd even argue maybe this. So very much seeing a descending triangle, not a very bullish pattern. Descending triangles are bearish. Let's look at our Hall moving average. So now, yeah, we're below the Hall moving average as well. And again, I already talked about MAs. I'm not going to go through that again. EMAs. So our 200 EMA, right about 3,400, right where our 200 MA is around there. So yeah, some serious support between 34 and 3,200. I'd anticipate Ethereum dropping. Let's go through Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, bottoming. I mean, held up as support multiple times around this purple line, seeing what looks like a double bottom. we could start going up. If we break this green line, it's done. It'll be done long before that. Once dominance starts going up, it's when Bitcoin starts outperforming altcoins, that's when we're in a full-on bear market. Has it been? Not necessarily, but also we know that many altcoins are far below macro trend line. I'm not giving up my Friday night, man. I had stuff I had to do tonight. We had year end. For those of you that don't know, I work as a financial analyst at a hedge fund. I will never tell you the name of the company, so don't even ask. But we're having year end. I had my review today. Went really well, so chilling. And for anyone that's like, oh, why aren't you a full-time trader? Well, I'm not, because I'm a swing trader. Like swing trading's like 10% trading and 90% doing nothing. So in order to fill that gap, I just work, pays the bills, or at least the bills, because I don't like to take money out of my trading account for right now. I'm just kind of making money on top of the money that's in there. And also, it's just, it fills my time. I always need something to do. Have I thought about quitting and maybe going full-time trading and teaching and all that? Hell yeah. But not quite there yet. I lost $1,600 from BS Finance, but so addicted. Diamond hands to the moon. Diamond hands are what get you to lose all your money. So I wouldn't really follow that trend at all. It's only lost people money for sure. So all right, let's look at a 4-hour here real quick. So I had drawn this symmetrical triangle. We are very much seeing lower highs, lower lows. Could we bounce here? It's not out of the picture if we bounce here. I wouldn't count on it. I would not count on it. I'd even say the channel, actually, let's just make it really easy. Just clone this. I mean, possibly bounce at 44.9. Will we go back up? I don't know. I see very much bearish price action on the 4-hour. I believe on the 12-hour as well. Yeah, a lot of selling coming in. I'm anticipating this to dump. We saw 3 descending peaks here. You have 1 peak, 2 peak, 3 peak. Bearish pattern. We should see a dump. We should. Again, breaking down out of this symmetrical triangle, we kind of retested on this last 12-hour candle. I'm anticipating a drop. Tonight, tomorrow, whenever it is, I'm anticipating it. And again, just to reiterate, we are making lower lows and lower highs. That is not bullish. But all right, real quick, if you guys want me to go over like another alt chart or two, I'll definitely do it. Throw it in the chat. I'll go through it, walk through it, give you my thoughts and opinions, and then I'm going to call it a night. It is Friday. I want to do a little bit of drinking, whether it's here watching the new Witcher series that just came out or chilling in Discord. So this Friday's not going to be very exciting for me, unfortunately. I want to take a break from people for a little while. So, all right, let's see if I missed anything in the chat. I don't think so. So, oh, but honestly, we'll crab till end of year, in my opinion. We could crab. I mean, I think we're going to dump. We're seeing whales dump. We're seeing a lot of inflows to exchanges. I still don't know how anyone with on-chain's bullish. I have no clue. So I'm going to do CRV. We'll do CRV. CRV. Let's look at it daily. CRV. Holding that macro structure pretty well. It looks kind of like a head and shoulders is forming. I'm not gonna lie. We have shoulder here, left shoulder, head, and what looks like a right shoulder, possibly over here on the right. Let's even draw like a line here. Yeah, I mean we could come up and retest 4.84. I wouldn't count on it, but I don't know. With the way Bitcoin looks, I wouldn't really be looking at alts as much. I mean, what are we at now with Bitcoin? Yeah, we're almost below 45.7, so just be careful. The next support is 40K, so, Could see a small bounce, but you know, could it round off, go down? Sure. Where would I look to short? Anywhere here, any breakdown here. But overall, structure is technically holding, so we can still say this is looking decently bullish for right now. Let's look at moving averages. Moving averages, so we did have this death cross. We do have some bearish price action going up. Volume's kind of tapering off. I mean, maybe bullish price action because we're kind of stair stepping, but I don't know. It kind of looks like it had its run. You know, we from bottom to top, we saw about a 4x. I mean, now I'd anticipate that people would take profits on that, especially with the way Bitcoin looks. So overall, I mean, still holding bullish structure, but wouldn't surprise me if it broke down in the next coming weeks. Let's look at a weekly even. Yeah, this is a new coin. I'm guessing it just came out. I don't know anything about it, but I'm just going to say flat out. Seems kind of like a shit coin. Seems like a pump and dump. Could it have some utility in the future? Sure, but I have no idea if this is going to survive in the bear market because it's fresh. Usually fresh coins don't survive. So short everything with 1 times leverage. I wouldn't short yet. I would just wait. I would be patient. Wait for your opportunities. Maybe wait for a daily, weekly close. At least wait for like a retest at support. Shorting right now. You know, shorting right now. I don't know if I would quite do that. You know, if you started a short up here or somewhere up here, I would say hold on to that. But as of right now, I wouldn't hold on to I wouldn't look to start a short yet. You'd be shorting on red candles. You want to start shorting on green candles. Just like when you buy, you want to buy red, sell green. Well, when you short, you want to short green, buy back red, or take profit red. Oh yeah, no problem for doing this, guys. I liked it. I love doing it. So the stream's getting big, the Discord's getting big. Appreciate all of you guys coming out. It's nice to know that about 65 people were watching pretty consistently tonight is what my stat is telling me. Thanks for coming out in the chat and keeping it real. You know, is it truly an emergency? You know, I've been reiterating this for weeks that we're going to crash. I said yesterday we're going to crash. I said this morning we're going to crash. You know, my tip to you guys, or my advice to you guys, is please zoom out, look at a daily before you do anything. You know, if we're not making the reversal pattern, if we're showing lower highs, lower lows, if we're consolidating, we're most likely going to continue down. You know, I'd say at minimum, look for a reversal pattern on the 4-hour. Definitely check and verify with price action. You know, I can't reiterate this enough. But I hope you guys have a good weekend, a good Friday night. I might stream on Sunday, maybe. It just depends. You know, we have weekly close, but definitely join Discord. I'll be active tonight, tomorrow, Sunday. I'm not super busy this weekend, kind of just chilling out, other than going to the gym and just taking it easy. I've got some Wendy's on the way. So like I said, just a chill night for me. If you guys have any questions, please ping me in Discord. Please let me know. Be more than happy to answer them for you. But as always, guys, be patient. Use risk management.